Hey everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is my review for the 7th episode of Season 2 of Stargirl titled Summer School Chapter 7. The description for the episode says, when the guilt over Brainwave's death becomes way too much to handle, Yolanda is forced to make a heartbreaking decision. Maybe it's a coincidence, but right in time for the start of Hispanic Heritage Month, we got an episode focused on our Hispanic icon Yolanda Montes. She finally built up the courage to talk to Father Thomas. I was surprised but so glad they addressed what seen a real demon like Eclipso would do to a person of faith. My theory was that a native Latin American tribe summoned Eclipso on Diablos Island, which connects to Yolanda, who's Latina, and she'd be most affected from seeing him as the only religious JSA member. Maybe she would question her faith, but I was like, no, Stargirl would never do that. This isn't Lovecraft country. But when Yolanda didn't question her faith, she was most affected by Eclipso because she thought he was the devil. I love the line, God isn't here to stop the devil, so shouldn't we? She feared that she would have to kill Eclipso and wanted Father Thomas to justify it because he's pure evil. Now I love Father Thomas and I'm glad we got a good depiction of our religious leader, but come on, how didn't this man notice her headaches? At the diner, Eclipso took over Maria and made her spill coffee all over Angry Joe. Wouldn't we all want to do that? Eclipso was in his little boy Bruce form, and Yolanda gave him a lollipop because she thought he was scared. That was cute and all, but just the way the kid's dressed should have been a red flag. Yolanda seemed happy for once until the headaches returned and she saw Courtney with Cam. I love when Courtney accidentally attacked him, and I was surprised he wasn't mad that she ditched him again last episode. Maybe there is hope for him. Yolanda found Father Thomas talking to her mom at the church. Last season I thought her family were just relatable, traditional, religious Latinos, but no, her mom's just a bitch. How can she get mad at her for asking Father Thomas for help? That's what he's there for. It did seem like we would get a heart-to-heart moment, but Yolanda thought she saw Brainwave and ran away. I'm really confused about the timeline this episode. You mean to tell me these kids get up at like 4 a.m. in the morning? Because otherwise how do they do all of this before going to summer school? Anyway, Yolanda looks so jealous watching Courtney text her man, but then she got a text from her dead man, once again asking for nudes, and thought she saw him by the door, so she ran out of the classroom. Henry revealed he was burning in hell because Yolanda never forgave him, at least not vocally and directly to him. Right as he said his father would never forgive her, Brainwave shut up, but that's when she woke up. On rewatch, I noticed she closed her eyes for a second while staring at Courtney. That must have been when she fell asleep, which makes more sense. I was so confused how no one noticed her running out of the classroom. But then she did it again. Courtney tried comforting Yolanda, telling her it was all Eclipso, but Yolanda thought it was her punishment for killing Brainwave. I thought everyone already knew she killed Brainwave, but turns out she told the team that he was crushed by the tunnels. As Courtney predicted, Rick said he would have done the same after learning the truth, but Yolanda didn't believe it because he let Grundy go. And Beth wasn't sure what she would have done. Why did the writers have her be the one to say that? They interact with the fans a lot. They know there's a toxic side that hates her for everything she does. I would have liked for them to bring up that none of the other kids seem religious, so they only think killing is wrong because of their morals. I could see Beth being from a Christian black family, but Rick comes off as an atheist, and yeah, she's a white blonde girl, but Courtney doesn't give off Christian autumn girl vibes. I think her religion gives Yolanda the best explanation for a no-killing rule. We see its necessity from how it affects her faith, unlike, let's say, Batwoman. There was no need for Caroline Dries to force the no-killing rule on Kate Kane. She's not bruised, and killing is what differentiates her and Jason from the Bat family. It also failed with Ryan until later when they tried to make a point about police brutality. But it works with Yolanda. Just look at the pain when she realized the rest of the team couldn't bring themselves to kill, so she would have to kill Eclipso. Yvette's acting was so good in the scene, the emotions she put in, just wow. Yolanda was confessing her sin to Father Thomas when Brainwave appeared in this place and attacked her. I can't believe this idiot still blames her for Henry's death. I could really feel the horror influence in this scene. Another one of my theories was confirmed. Brainwave had been living in Yolanda's mind this whole time, making it weaker so he could take over. I wish I realized this was a dream because I was so confused when Brainwave attacked Courtney and Yolanda suddenly turned into Wildcat. She slashed his throat again, but he turned into Henry, who told her she'd burn in hell with him as he burned up in her arms. There was a lot of religious imagery, and I loved the episode, but I'm sorry, when the camera zoomed in on the statues as Henry was burning, I just started laughing. This felt like an old telenovela. Courtney tried comforting Yolanda again, but Yolanda was mad that she brought her into this life. She gave up the Wildcat mantle, saying she wasn't supposed to be Wildcat. She just wanted to be left alone. She did make that clear in the pilot, but Courtney persisted. Yolanda asked her why she chose her, but really it was only because Courtney saw her boxing and Ted Grant was a boxer. Courtney tried calling Yolanda at night, but her mom picked up, claiming Courtney's influence corrupted her daughter. Courtney didn't even lift her when Yolanda's nudes were leaked. This reminds me of Degrassi when Miss Torres called Ellie a whore, blaming her for getting her perfect son in trouble, as if Drew wasn't a man whore. Unfortunately, Doña Montes also made Yolanda quit her job. I just love how Maria cares for Yolanda like her daughter. That woman and Father Thomas are the support system she deserves. I was surprised Pat also didn't know Yolanda killed Brainwave, and I hate how Pat and Barbara just sit there while Courtney apologizes for keeping secrets while they're keeping the truth about Eclipso from her. Mike started doubting whether he killed Jordan in an accident, and maybe that's how Eclipso is gonna be able to get to him. After all, it was pretty easy for Mike to get tricked by the diamond earlier. Though why did Pat just leave it lying around? Speaking of Icicle, revolutionary hero Jordan McKenna was not shattered into pieces by a truck just for his company to take people's jobs away. I'm so glad Barbara stood up to that woman. Then the Shade kinda returned, but seems like he can't rebuild his form after Eclipso hurt him. He called out Emily, and I wonder if that's the family member Barbara reminds him of. Maybe she's his daughter or that's her mom. Finally, we saw Eclipso going after Bev. Hasn't she suffered enough? This was a much calmer episode, which was expected after such a big episode, but it was still really strong and heavy in both terms of content and subject matter. It reminded me of the Shining Knight episode, but this time Yolanda doubting herself instead of Courtney. I was really surprised how much they dealt with religion. Other shows just tried to avoid it, but they actually cared about showing how important Catholicism is for many Mexican families. Like I said, it might be a coincidence, but it was kind of their Hispanic Heritage Month episode. Then again, they also took away our Hispanic hero this episode. They also kept mentioning native Latin American tribes, first the Aztecs, now the Incas, and after two of my theories were confirmed, I'm just gonna believe they're teasing their connection to Eclipso. Although I still have to wonder if it's actually Brainwave in Yolanda's head, or somehow it's really Eclipso. Finally, I was aware of Starcat, the Courtney and Yolanda ship throughout season 1, but it didn't really take off till this season. Now after this episode, you can't tell me that at least Yolanda isn't in love with Courtney. Just the way she looks at her depends on her, and how jealous she looked after seeing her with Cam. It's the classic Latina and her dumb blonde girlfriend, like Brittana from Glee. Except that's what worries me, cause I just know they would have Yolanda's mom kick her out for being gay. They'd also probably make her hate herself, and I don't know if that's good representation. Well, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe for similar content. Leave your thoughts on the video or episode in the comments below. Thanks for watching and have a good day. Goodbye.